Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board.
Oh! Well, hello tubers. Hope you're doing well wherever you are in this crazy YouTube universe. So, you want to be a full-time RVer like me? Well, I've been doing it around 12 years. And to be honest, if I had to start over and do it again starting now, I would not do it. So, you can pick my brain a bit. I'm going to share some of my thoughts with you, and we'll get right to it. Okay, let's get comfortable in the car here. I got to go do some grocery shopping. So, if you are thinking about going full-time on the road, you got to go into it with your eyes wide open, and I'm going to share some caveats with you. Because when I started doing this 12 years ago, it was cheap and easy. And the hatred, the absolute visceral hatred of RVers wasn't like it is now, because it was ruined by deadbeats, liberals, and people who do not give a crap other than about themselves. So, you know, when I started, like I mentioned this in a previous video, my insurance for my motorhome, which is right there, $2 million liability, fire, theft, complete loss coverage, $65 a month. Yeah. No, of course, I had the cheapest insurance rate because I had one of the best claim scales in terms of my insurance company. I'm at the bottom of the rating scale. And interest rates, I bought this on a whim. I just wasn't even thinking seriously about buying an RV. And I saw it as a trade in a Volkswagen dealership, and they were desperate to get rid of it. So, you know, they run my credit, and they offer me a series of, you know, different deals for financing, and I picked up a financing deal for, I think it was 4.0 or 4.2%. It was cheap. It's really cheap. You know, zero down, whole 9 yards. Of course, I did wind up just paying it off, and it's been paid off for quite a while. But it was cheap. That's the point I'm trying to say. I was paying rent where I would come and go in my travels. A friend of mine had this old, you know, farm. Let's call it a farm. For even though it wasn't really a farm. The land was legally farmland, but with full hookups, electricity, and all that, I gave him $250 a month. It was cheap. Back then, the rest areas were not completely swallowed up by the homeless. Now, I'm in southern British Columbia now, and all the rest areas, one heading into Vancouver, it's closed. It was taken over by the vagrants, and they had to close it down, and they use it as a staging area to redo that part of the highway, and then they're going to rebuild it. Then the one, so they all moved to the one heading out of Vancouver between Abbotsford and Chilliwack, and it's full of garbage. It's full of problems. Truckers who are supposed to use this to be safe, you know, they have no place to stop now. They have to stop at a truck stop, I guess. The Walmarts, other than a few because of that we're either on native land or we're on, you know, they had some sort of bylaw in the cities. Most of the Walmarts allowed you to park. And I would use them one night. And you had people that would stay months. And they weren't even respectful. They'd drop their trailer, put their awning out, put their lawn chair furniture and little fences for their dogs. They were homesteading. Places along major highways that have pull-offs, especially ones with beautiful views. Those used to be good for you to, you know, park overnight, no problem. Now they got signs. They don't want you there. All the juicy spots, massive competition now. So even if you want to go into an RV park, the cost is high, the competition's high, especially for the long weekends. All the coveted spots in July and August, book ahead months. In fact, there are coveted sites here in my province where you got to book the moment you're eligible. Like when say the booking opens at 7 a.m. You better have your buddy or your wife on a computer while you're on a computer and book it right at 7:01. And of course, the prices are crazy. It's really common now to pay between $65 and $100 a night In fact, I know RV parks even here in Canada that are over $100 a night. Now, they're prime spots, beautiful spots, but they're very expensive. And what in the end are you getting? You're getting a sewer connection, a 30 or 50 amp connection, and water. That's all you're getting, really, because you're bringing your own home. So the interest rates to buy an RV are crazy. The quality of the RVs coming out since COVID, just garbage. They pay their employees jack squat, so they don't give a crap. They just don't care. In fact, my RV was the last one built in Canada. Mine's a 2008. And to save money, they moved the production to Yakima. I think it was somewhere around the Yakima. It was in Washington State, whatever the case. They moved production there so they could pay people less. And I guarantee the quality didn't go up. No. Still built on the same chassis from Ford anyway. But so you got so many problems and so much competition. Cost of insurance is skyrocketing. Cost of land for these RV parks, so they got to crank up their rates. Same with utility prices. They've gone up. Everything's gone up. So often, there's been times where I think, oh, wouldn't it be great just a quick little 10-day trip, buzz on down to Southern California or even Northern California, maybe Reno or Vegas, and come back. It's not worth it anymore. The fact that I kept my mileage fairly low on my RV is because in the end, I do a lot of small trips. And it does not make sense when I can get a flight from Vancouver to Los Angeles or Vegas for $300, $400. And I can rent a car fairly cheap if I book in advance and I shop around. And I can get a cheap hotel. When you factor it all in, the cost of fuel there and back, it's mind-blowing. You're talking $1,000. It's nuts. You're better off for you to just jump on a plane and enjoy the quick 2-3 hour flight. Grab your car rental if you need one, and if you don't, just forego it, right? Just take transit, have a buddy pick you up, whatever the case may be. Use Uber. It's just not practical anymore. And even if you get the coveted reservation at your favorite state park, provincial park, or private RV park in July and August, you're fighting screaming idiots. You got kids that are just roaming around, they're like little hellions. The parents don't parent anymore. People are playing their music loud that you may not like, and management oftentimes is not policing that during the day. You're not getting away from anything. In fact, I've told this to people over and over. They're sitting at an RV park. They're my neighbor, and I'm friendly. Most campers are friendly. That is the one saving grace. And they'll say something, oh, it's good to be getting away from it. And I go, hey, so where do you live? And they go, oh, I live in East Vancouver. I go, well, I hate to break it to you, you're not really getting away from anything. Because I go, how many houses are on your block? And they'll go, well, it's like 12 houses. Okay, well, what would you say? There's maybe 30, 40 people living on your street? And they go, yeah, that sounds about right. And I go, yeah, right around you in this RV park, you got 500 people. And you are damn close. Like most of these RV parks, when you put your awning out, you're almost touching your neighbor. In fact, I couldn't count how many times in the evening in these RV parks, especially in the summer when people got their windows open, I can hear people making whoopee. I'm not against people making whoopee. I've made a lot of whoopee myself. But I'm just saying, you got to deal with people and the negative consequences of people and the things, people make everything better or they make everything worse. And in the RV situation, they kind of make things worse because it's all been done before. And everybody thinks, oh, they can, this beautiful open road. Yeah, if you got money, it's no problem. It's pay to play. Now, I got some people, occasionally I get these people that'll comment, no, I steal my toilet paper from the gas station, I get my condiments and steal that from McDonald's, and I park illegally in neighborhoods, and I don't care about these people, and they live these horrible, miserable lives. Like, if you want to do it on a shoestring budget, your life's gonna suck. You can't do things like you can go to NASCAR, you can't go to museums because you ain't got the money. You can't do all the special, rock concerts, outdoor festivals. That takes money. It takes money to get there, takes money to park and camp, takes money for groceries, takes money for admission price. So if you want to live a sucky life where you just do nothing and hide out in the desert, your life's gonna suck. That is not RVing. That is just existing. You might as well grab an axe and some matches and a backpack and head into the Canadian wilderness and build yourself a cabin. Okay, and at least you'll sink or swim under your own steam. You can hunt your own game. So if you're a good hunter and fisher and gatherer, you're gonna do okay. You're better off just out in the forest. That way you don't have to deal with other people too. Okay, but that's just my thoughts after 12 years. Because if I had to start over and do it again now, it wouldn't be worth it. The cost to get in to the RV business is hard, and a lot of people don't even want to fix RVs. In fact, even dealers, there's so many cases. You watch Steve Lato, the consumer lawyer from Michigan. He talks about don't buy an RV, okay? But he says, if it's your money. If you want to buy one, buy one. And I take the same position. But how many people have bought a new RV, suddenly realize, oh, there's a whole bunch of defects. So the factory and the warranty guys, they say, yep, we'll fix it. We got a backlog. Meanwhile, you bought this in May, hoping to use it for spring and summer. They say, yep, just drop it off. We'll get to it when we get to it. They'll get to it 6 months later. It's winter by now. Oh, great. You live in Minnesota. Yeah, you're going to do a lot of great RVing in December and January. No, you're not, because it's minus 20. So it's all a bunch of hooey. So let's recap. Massive competition, high prices, high insurance, high interest rates, crowded RV parks with people that are often living there full time, which is, hey, I do that too, but I'm always, moving and grooving. When I get tired of a spot, I'm gone. I'm lucky I have a nice spot at this exact moment where it's not too crowded. But my time doing this is numbered, and I shall sell my RV to somebody else, and I shall wish them the best. But for the majority of you out there, if you're on the fence or you don't have a lot of money, I'd say take a pass, because transmission goes while you're 1,000 miles from home. It's hassle. You got to find somebody who's willing to fix it, who's not going to rip you off, and then you're going to have to come up with a lot of money to repair it while you stay in a motel. It's a pain in the ass. So, luckily breakdowns don't happen as much as they used to, probably, because I think the drivetrains are a lot more reliable, but there ain't no guarantees in life, except you're going to pay. So, in the meantime, folks, you put your comments down below. Hope you're doing well. I'll talk to you soon. Over and out.
Till the end of the world, every moment, all the memories unfurl. I was chasing the shadows, they were slipping right out of my hands, but I lingered. Now I know where I stand. Call it amazing. You wanna do right by me in all we are facing. You wanna do right by you. Call it amazing. I'm gonna figure out what we've done, what we need to do. Yeah, I got you, I got you, I got you.